something like women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money every spring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Guitar Players Planet. 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 Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the land of the new. Oh, na 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 na. Another lost lone ranger. How can I break this spell?
We are here. We are here. Yep. There we go. All good. Yep. Yep. Uh, Nice. Hey, everybody.
I guess I am a mime because I don't know how. One day I'll figure this thing out. I'm online
Yeah,
again.
that's okay.
So, yeah. Well, so anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I got, I started to do it the side by side,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and I was, last week we were talking back and forth, back and forth. Am I going stacked? Am I going side by
Yeah,
side?
stacked side by side. Which way so what so did you go back to side by side now?
I
Are
did.
you back to side by
I
side?
did. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm back to
Are you
side by
going to
side.
stick with it?
I think
Are you going to
so
stick with it?
because you know what, and again, I was talking to you offline about this, but I think so. When I was taking a picture of the wizard and right now I got everything set up. It was beautiful. I took 2 shots, and then clouds rolled in, so I got nothing. But anyway, um, I was taking a picture of the wizard, and on the 127, the longer focal length,
Hmm.
it's almost 1,000.
It's almost a
Um,
thousand.
and the it was the plate style scope, so wizard's right in the center.
Hmm.
Fine. Go to the 80 with the 294,
Hmm.
and the wizard is like cut off all the way on the right side of the frame, like cut in half. It wasn't even
Right.
close, and that's less than half of the focal length of the 127 at 400. And I was like, dude, forget this. I'm not doing this. I'm not. So I took everything apart again, and I went side by side. Let me tell you, side by side, it was just straight on. I mean, I could recognize the star patterns, everything, and everything is good to go. So I
Good.
took 2 wonderful shots. And what stacked works. It was probably user error. It was probably I had so many pinch points in the engineering of this stacked thing that I
Yeah.
something was probably loose and I didn't know it, or just loose a little bit. Obviously, if it wasn't loose, or else things would be falling all over the place. But I mean, it
Right.
was just tilted enough one way or the other where it wasn't centered on. But then uh, I put it on the side by side, and for whatever reason, I mean, it did take me a good took me a good hour and 25 minutes to get the entire leveling aspect of it down to know where everything
Okay.
goes. Now I took a little bit of a whiteout, and I put a little bit on the dovetail and a little bit on something else. I made a line so everything knows where it's supposed to go. Um, and it's different when you got 3 different things that move. You got the 127. You got the side by side bar. You got the
Yeah.
127. I got the eagle on a clamp. I got the clamp on an eagle, which has the 80 on top. So I mean, I got 4 different ways that this thing could kind of screw up. you know. So so I want to make sure that everything is Scott showed up. Everything is set the way it's supposed to be, and
Right.
I'm able to just do that now, where I'm gonna leave it, and it's all set and ready to go. And I took 2 shots. I took one with the 952, the one with the 400, and
Hmm.
they were both in the center, more or less. I
There you
mean,
go.
so I mean, let me get Scott in. Scott just bumped on, so let me see if I can find this thing real quick. Where is it? Where is it, Scott? Yep, yep. And then white. Settings. Eric. Eric is 52. And just give me 1 second while I get Scott in here.
Yep. No problem.
And
All right. So you guys been doing that. So you've been dealing with side by side. Um, I've got the Rasa out. Um, it's all
there you go.
clouds
Scott's in.
now. It's all cloud. But finally, I had 3 clear nights, and it's just a steady process of learning, like we were talking about earlier.
Sure.
Even with F2, it's just one of these things I've got to learn that even with F2 with a Rasa, you still need integration, not, certain of especially these faint nebula, these faint emission. Like like I was telling you, I'm working on the flying bat and squid,
Right.
and that squid, man, is super super faint. And here I am thinking that I got like 10, 11 hours. And to your point, and then I look back at Astro Ben. I'm like, because I was like, I thought they did. Some of these guys had really good results, and they did it like within around that time frame.
Yeah.
No, I was wrong.
Yeah.
It's like 20 plus hours,
Yeah.
depending.
And like
You
we were
know,
talking about before, it all depends on really.
Your sky as
the
well.
darkness of your sky, the seeing that you're dealing with. You know,
Yep.
what's your signal to noise on your camera? How sensitive is your
Yep.
camera? What
Yep.
focal length you're shooting at? Everything. Your Bortle rating. I mean, it depends on
Hmm.
everything. But
It depends on everything. So for me, one thing I did, and now one thing I've also realized talking to you about this is that also the time of the month that you're doing this, where the moon
sure,
has a lot is going to deal with a lot of it as well. Because here I am
absolutely.
thinking, okay, I've got the NBZ, I'm running at f2, I should be fine, all
I'm
good.
styling. I'm
No,
good.
I'm good. I'm good. No, even
Nope.
with something like that, I need to be, you know towards the other half, the latter part of past this full moon, and so I can have those darker skies. And even with me, I'm at a Bortle 5. I don't know if some of these guys, when I'm looking at astro bents, some of them were sharing their Bortle skies with me,
Sure.
others weren't.
Yep.
But it just goes to show, even at f2, just because it's that fast doesn't mean you're going to get the data you're looking for that fast, as fast as
Yeah.
you think. So, just another lesson, from, the newbie that I'm learning.
Well, Tom's making fun of me about what no more
When
stats.
when when is when is it?
No, Tom
Yeah,
always makes fun.
when
It's
when
all
when I was gonna say, when doesn't Tom make fun of you?
Tom always makes fun of me because I always change stuff, and I'm Tom. I changed it so much. I need another custom Tom wire. so I'll just tell me how much it costs and I'll pay you for it. But I need the Asato, the 2.5, to be like 24 inches instead of 18. The other one was fine, but I need another one. We'll talk later. But if you're willing
Okay.
to do it. But we already got some Dune comments out there. Uh,
Yeah.
People are talking about
I had
Dune.
I had to make a deal with my daughter that I don't go see it tomorrow, because
Yeah.
because I was actually gonna go tomorrow night and go
Yeah, me
see it
too.
tomorrow, but no, I had to make a deal with my little girl, and because she likes Zendaya, and she likes the actor that's playing
Zendaya.
Paul.
Yeah. Timothy
Yeah,
Chalamet.
Zendaya. Yeah, and she likes Zendaya, who's playing Cheney. So I
No,
said,
no,
all
no,
right,
no
fine.
spoilers. No
No,
spoilers.
no,
There's no
no
Sean. We don't
spoilers.
have any spoilers yet. Nobody's seen it. It hasn't come
No,
out
but
yet.
it's not even hit. It hasn't come out yet.
I haven't even seen a screener that I could grab, and I haven't even seen that. But I'm psyched. I want to go see it IMAX. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for 40 years, 37 years,
Yeah,
37 years.
yeah, since the '80s. Yeah,
Man,
when it first,
Scott's like
yeah,
the quiet man in the background. We hear him, but he's like not saying anything. We hear the stuff in the background, but he doesn't say anything. You there, Scott?
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I'm right
okay.
here.
Yeah, he's
Just
here. He's here. He's here. No, no,
um,
so no,
Just
so
listening
no.
to you guys.
Yeah, so no spoilers or anything like that. But getting back to this stuff, um, Scott, I know you're not. How's things going with you? With the move and everything right now,
oh yeah, how's
because
that going?
No, it's still we're still in process.
okay,
There's nothing confirmed yet. So
gotcha.
we
Okay,
will yeah, when we have something new, we'll definitely share it with you guys. But
Awesome.
we're
good
still
deal.
in a
Good
holding
deal.
pattern.
Good deal.
Um,
So
I just got to throw
is
I'm sorry. I just
no?
got to
Go ahead.
throw
Go ahead.
a
Go ahead.
thank you to Mark Ellis. He actually, I spent a good, I guess, 40 or so minutes on the phone with him, trying to figure out how to how to make sure that to go side by side, how to go 90 degrees on the deck plate.
Hmm.
And when you spend a lot of money on a mountain, to me, the EQ8R is a lot of money. Um,
Yeah.
it's like you don't want to take these things apart. It's kind of like doing
Right.
collimation for the first time. You mess with mirrors, you're afraid to break it. And
Hmm.
I just had to get over that. It literally is just 7 screws, seven
Hmm.
M6 bolts, and you pop off the three on the top, You actually lift the deck plate up and you loosen up the four on the bottom that holds the I guess the deck saddle kind of like underneath,
Yeah.
and you turn that. You literally just turn that 90 degrees and you place it back in. Then you got a horizontal. Put obviously put the screws back in. You got a horizontal plate, and it works.
There you go.
It works great. So and when you slew to home, it ends up side by side again, which is really really cool. So thank you, Mark. Appreciate your help. You got me over the hump there. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, Papa Bear, thank you for making it. Appreciate it.
Oh, Papa
See
Bear's
you
there.
hopping
There you
on.
go.
Yeah, there you go. So he's there.
Yep.
Um, I'm
George.
working with the AAP. Still working. Working. I haven't done my review yet because I'm still going through the paces with it myself with the ASIR Plus.
Gotcha.
Um, and looking at, okay, what do I like, what I don't like. And like I said, the only thing I don't like right now is, and this has even been with the ASIR Pro, is station mode.
Yep.
I've always had that struggle with station mode, but again, with me being hardwired, it's not a big deal. And but I will say this: I do like the range of the ASIR Plus right now with its native, with its antenna, with its external antenna. If I'm on the
Yep.
native,
That's its own
SSID,
Wi-Fi. Yep.
which is on Wi-Fi, for someone who's going to be at a dark site, I think they'll get, and if they're out there and they're going to be relatively close by, I think you can get about 60 feet, maybe a little bit more
Okay.
away from it, which isn't too bad. It just depends on, where you are, what dark site you're at, and what you're doing. If you're going to be outside and using it, I think it's going to really well. Power, the power management looks good.
Okay.
With software, um, everything. The planning. I'm really enjoying the planning, but they had that there in the Pro. One thing I want to test at one point is if I can run two plans basically at back to back. And what that is when you see one, and one thing is that if you estimate, if you look at your plane, you're looking at your target, it gives you a rough estimate as far as when that plan or when that target is going to be, when they're going to stop imaging, when that plan or part of the plan should be concluded. So one thing I like about the plan is that I can you can build your own plans, and right now I have mine categorized. I've got my diffuse nebulae, I've got galaxy, and I've got dark nebulae, and so on. So my question that I'm gonna have to figure out is say if I'm running the diffuse nebula plan and it's
Right.
running, say, from 7 in the evening up until a certain point at night, and I've knocked that out and I'm done, will it be able to automatically, if I've already started, or not started, but scheduled, say, a target in another plan to, say, start at midnight, and the first one is already done but it's on a separate plan, will it kick in the other plan? So I
Yeah.
gotta test that out,
I mean, that's what
so I can
Nina
do
does
those
that
things.
really, really well with
Yeah,
their
I
band
know.
sequencer. So like
Yeah.
right now, I have it set so well. If I didn't have clouds, I'd have it set. But um, it would image the wizard until it goes behind my
Hmm.
tree, and it
Right.
knows when it goes behind my tree because I made a custom landscape. I made a custom horizon,
Hmm.
so it knows where all my
Right.
trees and my houses, and it knows when it kind of goes out of the field of view of the telescope. So once it
Right.
does that, it goes to the next target, and it will slew to the target automatically. It'll slew to the target. It'll redo a calibration on my guider, and it'll do everything: autofocus, plate solve, start imaging.
Right.
It's really really
Yeah,
cool.
that's one thing. Is one of the it's one of the shortcomings with the ASI Air, doesn't matter which one it is. It's a software thing, because they can make this work with any of the versions, if they're using the plan. But maybe do a little bit more advanced sequencing would be nice. As I said earlier, one of my other gripes is not being able to manage the temperature the way you want it.
Yeah.
Not being able to run it at a certain, for a certain length of time, or have it start at a time. Those are certain things that I have that are just still issues with.
Yeah, mine is still in the box, believe it or not. I'm still waiting on some parts that I'm doing, and Tyler's starting to yell at me because I've had his Eagle RA and his R6 for like a better part of a month now. It's still in the case. So
Oh,
yeah, so for those of you that don't know, our friends over at Optolong gave me the RA full frame L Pro filter to test. And so Tyler was nice enough to give me a camera with the
yep.
mirrorless camera, and was able to do it. And now I'm just gonna borrow. I'm gonna borrow a Sky Guider Pro, and I'm just gonna take some pictures with it and see. And I'll take some pictures
What
with it,
size
some
filter?
pictures with it. It's the for the EOS R.
It's
It's a
what?
clip-in. It's a clip-in for the EOS
Oh, it's a
R.
It's a
clip-in
clip-in
filter.
feed. Yeah, for the
Oh,
EOS R.
I see.
Yeah, mirrorless. Because that's mirrorless, isn't it? The EOS
Yeah.
R,
Yep.
the
Yeah,
EOS
the
RA
R
is
R.
mirrorless.
I mean, he gave me this EOS R6, and
Okay.
the RA. The RA
Yeah.
he actually sold, and he had me ship it out to somebody. So that's gone. So I don't have that
Okay.
anymore. He sold it. We had some questions regarding the Radian 61 um, out
Thoughts
there.
on the Radian 61?
Yeah, I mean that was. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was put out by OPT to be the Red Cat killer, and
Kinda,
yeah,
and he had a partnership with Trevor Jones at Astro Backyard. Because
He was the one
he had his
that
hand in
designed
the
that, I think.
designed it. Yeah, he was the one who
Yeah,
designed it.
oh, I did not know that.
yeah.
Yeah. So they made it a big deal, and a big, not a big campaign, but it was a nice little marketing campaign when they had Trevor coming to OPT, working with their guys, on the design and the ideas and the looks of the
Right?
black and the red and stuff like that. I've heard good things. I've
Yeah,
heard good things
I haven't
about
heard
the
anything
Radiant.
ugly.
I haven't heard anything negative
No,
about the Raptor. I've heard overall it's been pretty good. Um, are you looking at other types? Are you comparing them with any other types, such as the ASCAR? With the ASCAR 400. Um, looking at the Red Cat or something like that, because if I'm trying to think, is the Raptor, is it a Petzval? Is it, or is it a Quint?
no, I don't think it's a Quint.
No, I think it's Quint. No, no, no.
No,
Is it a Petzval? I meant
I
or is it a triplet? Or is it a triplet? I have to take a
I
quick
think
look.
it's a triplet.
think it's a triplet if I
It could be
remember
a
right.
triplet. It could be a triplet. It could be a triplet. Like, um, Sean saying that the Raptor he tested had bad,
Yeah, he said he got some blue chromatic
you know,
aberration.
chromatic aberration. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
personally,
is that's almost always due to coatings and
yeah,
bad glass.
yeah. Personally, this is me, and I'm going back to my
That's
to
a
my
triplet.
original scope. To my original scope. Think about, if you're thinking about the Raptor, think about the William Optics GT series, like the GT71.
You gonna get a new one?
I probably will. That was one of my favorite scopes. I
Yeah,
absolutely loved that scope.
that's great.
I'd
But
have to agree with you.
I would look at the William Optics. It's an FPL 53. It is a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful scope, gives you beautiful images. It is just awesome. And a lot of times you can also get them a deal with the adjustable
Yeah, the adjustable
reducer
flattener. Yeah, the like the
flattener
6A or
included.
the 7A3 or
Yes.
73A. Yeah,
So
so
it's yeah, because this one's the one that comes out is out now is the 6A3. The one I had was the 6A2. But again, fantastic optic. I got, per scope, I got some beautiful images out of that scope. And it wasn't badly priced. It was
yeah,
under
yep.
$1,000 for that scope. And I'm telling you right now, I you guys know this. I probably kick myself, for letting it go.
Yep.
But I would definitely consider another William Optics. Now the downside is on their bigger scopes, like I had the 126, and they're heavy, bigger
Yeah.
because they're heavy. But for the GTs, the smaller GTs, I would even consider personally myself instead of a 71. I'm actually interested in the 91.
The FLT. Nice. Yeah. The fluorite. Absolutely. I was gonna
Fluorite,
say that
yes. I'm
because
actually interested in that guy.
yeah, that's a nice scope, man. I
It
sold
is.
two of them last week, and they were flying off the shelves because
Yeah.
William Optics is one of the telescope
Um,
distributors out there that are constantly sending out equipment. And I
yeah.
don't know how he does it, and I don't know how he gets it here, and I don't really care as long as he continues to get it here. Because
hmm
he makes William makes quality product.
By the
Totally.
way, just real quick, I know he's not watching, but real quick, happy birthday, William. Because
Oh,
today is actually William Yang's birthday.
yep. Happy birthday, William
So
Yang.
happy, yeah. So happy birthday, man! Thank you, for all you do for this community, man. And you make some beautiful equipment. So keep up
Absolutely.
the great work, man. Keep up the great work, and
Uh,
many, many more happy birthdays.
yeah. We also got some connection questions. Somebody was asking me about what I use to connect to the Eagle. And I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I know somebody said, I think it was the same person that said that remote desktop connection was garbage. But
hmm
I've been using it for a year, and I've been using RD Client on
Yep.
on my Chromebook
Okay.
and and on my iPhone and everything. So I have had no problems with RT Client or remote desktop. I won't use TeamViewer because it's just too slow. I just can't. The refresh rate. We spoke about this I think 2 weeks ago. The
Right.
refresh rate on it was just driving me nuts, and it was so slow. And I would think the picture is crap, and then I would actually log directly into the Eagle with the onboard IP, and and I look at it, and it's fine, and it just drove me nuts. So I went to a remote desktop connection, and I haven't had a problem, to be honest with you. I mean, I haven't had an issue, at least on my home network. I haven't had a
Me
problem
neither.
with when I'm out in the field.
hmm
I just honestly the Wi-Fi is that good on the Eagle that I just go direct right to the onboard IP, the 192.168.137.1, and I just go direct right there and log into the Eagle Wi-Fi, and it gets me to my car. I mean, if I'm sitting outside or and if I know I'm not going to be near it, I have a wireless hotspot that the Eagle knows to log on to. I got the
Yeah.
thing from Verizon, the black one, the MiFi or
Okay.
MiFi or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
the little the littlest mobile hotspot or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it's a mobile hotspot. You pay $10 a month for it, and it saved me a bunch of times, to be honest with you. Not only
Yeah.
telescope, but like when I don't have any signal anywhere,
Yeah.
it's helped me a bunch of times. But I haven't had any problems with remote desktop to connection. As long as you have it set up right, it should be able to connect to you. Now, I don't know if you're well. You said remote desktop connection, so I'm going to assume you're on a Windows computer. You're not going to be on a Mac using that. But you know, Let's see.
But yeah,
But
but I was just commenting back with Sean really quick, and he made the comment that, but going back to William Optic for a second,
yeah, I see his
that
comments
the
too.
doublets, are just as good, if not better, than some triplets, and I have to totally agree. When
Yeah.
my Zenithstar 126, that was an awesome. Yeah, it gave me some. It was an FPL 53 as well. So you got some great glass. It was a great scope. So. It
That's
just
what it
makes
comes down to is the quality of the glass, the quality of the coatings,
Yep.
Doesn't matter how many elements you got. If it's crappy glass and crappy coatings, you're going to be dissatisfied. You're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be
Yeah.
happy at all.
I've had 3 William Optic scopes. All of them were excellent.
Yeah.
Each and every one of them was excellent. So
I don't think I've ever had anybody. I've been in telescope sales for 6 years now, and I don't think anyone's ever returned a William Optic scope. I can't say that
no,
for
and they
other.
go.
They're awesome.
They're awesome. And I'll tell you another. And if they get up for sale on cloudy nights, just like I did for mine, they are
Scoop
gone
out.
within an
Yep.
hour. They're
Gone.
gone
Yeah, they
within
vanish.
less. Yeah, they vanish
Yeah.
really fast.
Yep. Well, I mean, at this time and date, everything vanishes really fast on
Yeah.
cloudy nights.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone.
Yeah.
Everything disappears except for my S Big camera, which has been up there for 6 months. I have a feeling I'm going to be stuck with that guy.
Who's looking for a GT71? Because I know where you can find a GT71 right now. Who was looking
Papa
for
Bear.
a GT70? Papa Bear. Agena Astro. Papa Bear. Go to agenaastro.com. They've got them right now, with the case and everything. So they've got those. They've got quite a few William Optics scopes that they have in stock. They keep quite a bit in stock, and if you want to take a look at them, trust me, you can go there and you can snatch one up rather quickly.
And
some of them you can.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I said, and some of them they even come with the reducers.
Yeah.
So you can get them with the reducers.
Yep. Sometimes they do that.
So you don't have to worry
special.
about that.
But you know what bothers me about that? Especially with the special that they just did with the FLT 91. They just did a special with it, and they gave you, I think it was the 7A flattener.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is a 7A.
7A. It was a 7A flattener. But here's the thing: the ones that they were giving out were only gray with the gray color.
The gray ones.
Yeah.
You know what? Personally, I'd be fine with it.
But you know what? I mean, if you have an FLT 91, everything's gold.
Yeah.
You got this great.
I mean, all of my other scopes. Yeah. I mean, all my other scopes. Yeah. All my GT and my my Zenithstar, they were all gold.
Yeah.
Even my white cat. I had the white
white
red
with
cat.
The gold
I had
trim.
the white cat with the gold trim.
Yeah.
So they were all that way. So
and Tom, you'll get a kick out of this. I mean, everybody was like making fun of me because I was sitting there and I bought a 140 millimeter little guy. Prima Luce dovetail. Like that big.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, and Jeff goes, "What the hell do you need that for? Don't you have dovetails at home?" That's all. I said, "Yeah, but I don't have any that are red. Everything on my rig now is red. Everything's red. Everything's
Right.
Prima Luce." So I said, "You know what? Everything is red except for the dovetail on my guide scope. That's it." So I bought the 140 and I'm going to switch that out tomorrow, which is going to screw up the weighting I just did. But I mean, that's okay.
Right. You'll figure it all out.
Yeah,
it's all
it'll
good.
be fine. It'll be fine. AZ Astro is blasting the Evo Stars. Yeah, so the doublets, I don't want to say, all right, the doublets that are on the lower end of the pay scale doublets, and I'm not going to throw this out on because all of them have the same issue. The ones that you get what you pay for, just like Scott said. If you don't have good coatings and good, glass. Don't get me wrong. You could spend $1,000 on a doublet from William Optics, and you know what you're getting.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
have not had. I had zero
no,
CA,
yeah.
zero chromatic aberration with mine. So just let you know.
But if you're spending $239 or sub $500 on a doublet, it's
It is what
questionable.
it
You
is.
might get a good
Yeah,
one, you might get a bad one. You roll the dice,
yeah.
and you just got to be careful. And we say it on the show 5 times a night: buy once, cry
But it's
once.
quite once.
If you know that you're gonna be into this hobby, and you're under no illusions of what a rabbit hole this could be.
Don't
Um,
shortchange yourself.
yeah, because what you're gonna do is what all of us have done, and we continue to do it. Don't think we've learned from everything we say. We don't.
Listen to me. I'm
Let's
still
do what I
learning.
say, not what I do, and you'll be fine. but
Yep.
I mean, you're gonna end up incrementally upgrading throughout the course of years, and you'll find out that you probably, when it's all said and done, spent double of what you would have paid if you would have just spent that $2,000 on a scope 3 years ago instead of spending $5,000 on 4 different scopes that you didn't know.
Mhm.
So
Right. I tell you,
Yep.
if they weren't so heavy and so expensive to get a longer focal length refractor, I would have done it. If I could have gotten, a 1500 FL, refractor that didn't weigh close to 35, 40 pounds,
yeah,
I would have done it.
yeah, yep, yep.
But that's the problem, but that's just, it is what it is. I mean, because you're dealing with glass in a refractor versus mirrors,
Yep.
with Schmidts and newts, and stuff, and reflectors.
Oh,
So
we
you're
got
gonna
we
deal with that
got
weight.
we got a Pandora's box question and the last.
Oh,
Yeah, we got a. Yeah, Sento, you
Sento.
just
Oh, you
opened
just
up this
opened up.
whole messy can of worms here, because this is
Oh,
gonna take the
man.
entire night now. So you just totally.
Let's have
So,
some fun.
let's have some fun. So, what is the best mount
Mount.
for imaging?
It's the
Let's
most
go around the
expensive
horn.
one you can find that doesn't wind you up in divorce court.
Easy way to put it.
That's an easy way to put it.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the single guys though too, because there are some single guys out there, single girls out there as well,
Mm-hmm.
and single doggies, and so Senthil, I guess
Stop
I don't even know how to approach this question, because it's just such a wide. I
Wide
guess the
open.
bottom line is, what scope do you have, and then we can match that up to a mount. Now,
Yeah.
that's a little bit backwards of what I would normally do. Normally, I would buy the mount and then put the scope on it, because
Right.
I would rather future-proof the mount and buy a little bit more of a weight capacity, so I can kind of be a little versatile on what I could do.
Yep.
If I want to throw a 9 1/4 Schmidt on there or an 80 D, I could do both. You know what I mean? Something like that. Or an 11, or Crazy Scott on the bottom puts a 14 and buys a rainbow mount. But
Right.
but I guess that's the first question I would ask. Recommend something for beginners. That's what he's asking.
Recommend
something for beginners.
something for beginners.
10 micron.
10 micron.
No.
Jerk.
Jeez.
Somebody
Okay,
smacked it.
stop.
I'm gonna kick you off right now.
Jeez. For a
Hold
beginner,
'em.
if you can, I would tell you, if you
Oh.
can, if you can find them.
Oh, Scott, by the way, I gotta tell you something. Oh, I just kicked him off.
Did you?
If
Hey, you didn't.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I'm not here.
you can't. They don't make them new anymore. They don't make them anymore. But if you can find a used one, get what I have. I have an Ioptron CEM60. It's under, you can get them used now for
If you can
probably
find
under
it.
2,000 if you can find it. And that's the key. That's the big thing, is to
Those are
find it,
tough.
because
Those are tough to find,
those are tough to find because they are awesome.
and
This is
they stopped
probably
making them.
and they stopped making it. I do not know why. I honestly, to add on 10 extra pounds, come on. But anyway,
Yeah, and
if you can,
and all the reports, and you and I and Simon and a bunch of other guys, even Jason, were talking about this, and the performance of the 60 outweighs the 70.
it does the 70 big time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure someone out there will come up with something against that, and that's fine. But you know what? And out of all of the reports that I've seen, all the reports that Eric's seen, all the resources that the 7 or 8 of us have,
Hmm.
all say that the 60 outperforms the 70.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can find it, also a lot of the really good ones, in my opinion, are you're probably gonna end up getting used. What was another one? Wasn't the HEQ5 a pretty popular, inexpensive one that was
30
fairly
30
decent?
pound weight. Yeah, so
Yeah, that was fairly decent.
yeah, my
Um,
friend Mark has it, and he puts his GT71 on that,
yeah,
and loves it, loves it.
yeah. Um, the EQ6R I've heard is really good. It's fairly good. It's pretty good. I
Oh
gotta go
yeah,
with
but
Mark
you're
on
right.
this one.
It's
You
heavy.
know,
It's
yeah.
really heavy.
The CEM60 weighs itself. It supports a 60-pound payload, and you can go truly 60 pounds on this guy. You don't have to worry about compensating or anything like that. And the mount itself only weighs about 30. So it's a light. It's a light mount itself to move
Okay.
around. Another one, to Mark's point, again, if you can find it, but you can't because they're all on, they have a waiting list. If you can afford it, a Mach 2.
Oh yeah, but that's a big waiting list,
That's a
and that
huge
is
waiting
that
list.
is not a
And that's
beginner
not
either.
beginner, but that's not beginner. That
That's
is
not
not
a beginner at
beginner.
all.
That's not a beginner. Stay away from an AVX. I'm letting
Especially
you
if you're
know
using the
right
ASI
now.
Air. Well, let me just let's step it back for
Yes.
a minute. The AVX is a decent mount for the
It's a
price that you pay.
decent mount.
For
Yeah,
the
for
price that
under
you
a
pay.
$1,000, it's a decent mount.
I mean, I would tell you, if I would go like an EQM 35. If you want something little light, a little baby
Hmm.
kind of throw it in the back. That's
Yeah.
nice. And that's what, under $800, I think.
Hmm.
That's not a bad. That's not. I actually have one. I have one upstairs, and I
Hmm.
use that for when I go on vacation for my little guys.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I've got an AVX, and yeah, for what you pay for it, if you're doing lightweight stuff, I mean, lightweight stuff, you'll be fine. But yeah.
oh my God, hold on. I gotta move my scope because it's gonna hit the meridian and taking pictures of nothing. So
It's
give me
not
one
taking
second.
pictures of any. You're still running that thing
Yeah, it's
with
still running.
clouds.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah. But yeah. Do I would, this is just me personally, because I've had experience dealing with them. The AVX and the CGX, I've had problems with. This is just my own personal stuff. Um, the RA, the RA worm, I had issues with the CGX, and I worked, I don't know how many times to adjust that guy. I even followed some things that Dylan O'Donnell did, and it got it working for a while. I would never get under an arc second. I would be at my average would be between 2 arc second, between 1.5 to 2 arc seconds, as far as my guiding RMS. Um, and So I mean, TJ Conley, he has a C gem, and he makes in his. He may have modified it or done something, but his is solid. So he could probably he'll probably disagree with me when it comes to Celestron mounts, because he has a C gem and it works just fine for him. But just my personal opinion, the AVX it's fine, but it does have its problems. But it is what you get, what you pay for. The CGX, no. I mean, you had the CGXL, Scott.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
It
can
didn't. I
probably,
didn't have any. I didn't have any problems with it. It
yeah.
was fine until I overloaded it.
So you overloaded it, so it just depends. You could just end up getting a bad batch, or a bad one. So it just really depends on where you got it from. If you bought it,
Yeah.
if you bought it or something like that. So it just depends on where you buy it from. Also, that could have some things to do with it too.
Yeah.
Um, but also, what I don't know if he was mentioning, what weight was he looking for? What was his payload that he was looking at?
He didn't say.
I don't know if he said what payload he was
Yeah.
looking at, because that would be,
Yeah.
that would also pay.
The EQM35 is a really good mount. It's very accurate. The go-to on it is okay if you hook it up to a computer. If you try to just use the handset with it, you're going to struggle.
Mhm.
I would hook a computer up to it, or at the very least one of those ASI Air Pros
Yeah,
to it,
yeah,
and run that. You know,
yeah.
um, but yeah, no, the 35 is a great mount. It's very very accurate. It tracks really really well. It's just the pointing on it suffers a little bit. I think Sean Nielsen was talking about that as well.
Okay.
That it was struggling just a little bit.
Hmm.
I think it was Sean. He'll correct me if
Okay.
I'm wrong. um, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The mount is everything, fellas.
Yeah.
Ladies,
It is.
gentlemen.
It
The mount is
is.
everything. I
The
don't
mount's
care
the heart.
how good your it is. I don't care how good your optics are. You spend $15,000 on an optical tube assembly, and if your mount sucks,
Doesn't
you're
matter.
just gonna suffer.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got to have a good you got to have a good base, you got to have a good mount, and you can
Hmm.
build from there. That's why I opted to go with a really high end robotic mount, is because I knew eventually I was going to not just put that C14 on there.
Yep.
Eventually I was going to put a Fluorostar 156 on there, or something along those lines.
That's a nice scope.
And huh?
That's a nice scope.
That's Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful scope, and and it comes in at 17 kilos, which
Yep.
is what, 37 pounds.
That's almost 40. Yep.
Yeah, and that's a heavy scope. I mean, that thing weighs just about as much as my 14.
Yeah, I see a lot of shout outs for the EQ6R, and I can't
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't tell you, I love my EQ6R, and I loved it so much that I upgraded to the EQ8R. And
yeah.
you know what the sad thing is, and I know I've mentioned this to both of you guys. The sad thing is, you know what I wasn't expecting? I
Hmm.
wasn't expecting a huge difference in the guiding that I was getting, because the EQ6R was the one that I got. I don't know, but it was, I was getting 4/10,
Hmm.
zero point 0.3 guiding
Yeah,
arc seconds. I mean, with
which is
this at a
beautiful.
1600 how much more
Yeah,
can you improve on that? I don't
Right.
not
even
much.
need to guide at point 0.3, point 0.4, point 0.5. Not in New York. You don't need to do that because my
Yeah,
seeing sucks. It's like the worst on the planet. But but the reason why I bought the 8R is because, again, remember we were talking about future proofing,
Hmm.
and I wanted to be able to throw if I decided to go, and one day I will. When I go to I want to get that 9 1/4 or 11-inch Schmidt. I want to be able to put that on there. And the 11, I could put it on the 6R, but for visual
Mhm.
only. I wouldn't do imaging with it. I think it'd just be pushing it a little bit too much. I was
Yeah.
doing 33 pounds on the EQ6R total
Okay.
payload, and I was still getting point 0.4 guiding.
See,
Yeah.
I
Which
mean,
is perfectly acceptable. I mean, if
and
you're shooting under
absolutely.
12-minute subs, you know, you're gonna
yeah,
be, yeah, you're fine. My
yeah, but
God,
I'm not,
point four.
in New York,
Yeah.
RGB, there's no way I'm doing 10-minute subs anyway. But for all
Yeah.
you jokers out there, I know somebody's going to say this, but no, I wasn't guiding on a hot pixel. Somebody's going to say that.
Yeah, but no, even with my 60, I'm averaging, like I'm usually a 0.26, 0.3, somewhere in that range. I'm at between 0.26 and 0.32.
Yeah,
You know,
my personal best with the EQ6R was 0.28, I think.
okay,
And that was, I mean, I guess the stars did align that night. I mean, it was just like everything
Yeah.
worked perfectly. I
yeah,
didn't have any problems. My weighting must have been perfect. I was on the right side of the meridian. Sometimes when your guiding's easier, your guiding's better on one side of the pier than the other sometimes as the
yeah.
weight kind of moves, and it gets worse through the night and then better. Let's see, Mark, my Portal 8 guy, low fours. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? And you'd be surprised. You know what? Depending on your seeing AZ, point 0.6. Who cares about the? I tell you this. Who cares about the number? Nobody.
Numbers,
Number doesn't mean anything. The,
pinpoint,
the number's an indicator.
roundness,
It's an
pinpoint.
indicator. And
How are your stars?
if you're taking a 10 and you blow up and you pixel peep it, and you're still round stars. I don't care if you're guiding at 2.8. If your stars are round, who cares?
Yep,
The
exactly.
odds are if you're at 2.8, you're not having round stars. But I'm just saying. Bortle 9, and I didn't know if they made Bortle 9 yet. I didn't think they made that. Then if that's the case, then Long Island's got to be Bortle 10. Because we're
Yeah.
just the worst.
Yeah.
Eddie,
Rough.
you got to give me a call. I may have something for you. So you got to give me a call. I may. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. But give me a call. I may have something for you.
40
As-
plus pounds.
Well,
It's a CGXL at least.
no. Well, 40 plus is an EQ6R. It's 44. But I mean,
Or a 6R,
so
if you can find one.
Yep.
I have one right here
Oh,
on a table.
oh,
And
you're gonna sell yours?
no, but I might
I think so.
sell. I might sell my Atlas EQ,
Ah,
which is
Yeah.
hypertuned, and I've been getting awesome guiding with that as well. Even though it's not belt driven like some of the newer models, but
Yeah.
everything, the innards is all brand new. And I did a swing test on it. I swear to God, I almost took off my head because this thing went around like this and it almost snapped back at me because it was going back and forth like a pendulum. It was going all day. It was great.
Yeah, those are some of the things that it really should concern, the buyer, on getting mounts. The quality of the grease. I know it seems
Yep.
like a
No,
stupid
absolutely.
minutia kind of thing to
It's
a noob,
not.
but it is it's not. The guys are right. It is not a trivial thing.
Yeah,
You
but
want to
here's the
make sure
thing.
you get the best quality grease you can put in that sucker and
You're
clean
right.
it out.
You're 100%
Absolutely.
right. But that's the thing. The last point that you just said, that's the thing. A lot of people do not know how to clean their gears properly before applying the new
Yeah.
grease. And they just
Yeah.
end up making a bad problem worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now you're mixing the two greases together and
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
inconsistent.
You got to degrease really well.
Yep.
That's like mixing butter and margarine. You just
Or
just don't
worse.
do that.
Promise.
Yeah. Oh, God. No, the best quality grease you can find. Believe it or not, some of the stuff that's really good out there is made. I don't know if Pedro's is still in business or not. Pedro's, they did high end grease for like Italian bicycles, so like Campagnolo and other high end bicycles. And some of their greases are just phenomenal. I mean, the synthetic quality on these greases, and they're meant for high load capacities, high speed capacities, on these bicycles. And don't skimp on the grease. The grease is critical.
Yeah. And if you also don't know what you're doing, let a professional do it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not going to pretend.
No.
Yeah. I sent mine out to get done. I mean, $400 plus shipping both ways turned out to be like $550. I mean,
these space products.
Yeah, just send it out there. Let him do it. He's got mostly good reviews. There's been a couple of mounts that kind of come back a little weird. But most of his reviews, nobody has perfect track record. But I'll tell you this from my experience, it took a little long of a period of time to get it done. But once I got it back, I was super happy.
Yeah,
I was super happy. So I can't not approve of Deep Space products because they did a great job with mine.
Yeah, they do good. They do good work.
Yep.
Oh my God.
No, Greg.
Oh,
no.
Greg. Jeez,
Kentucky
Greg.
won't work. the Kentucky will not work.
Astroglide, don't do it.
Just letting you know.
Don't do it.
And people wonder why I got to stop halfway between the show to get another drink.
You wouldn't have to necessarily do it often, Papa Bear. If you are comfortable in doing it, what do you guys think? Maybe every couple of years. I mean, as far as your cleaning. Yeah, as far as cleaning and doing a deep, those deep cleanings and stuff like that.
I'll tell you this: my Atlas was running perfect for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it was still running good, but I started to notice some inconsistencies. And so I said, before it gets any worse, let me just send it in and get it done. And I had it all done. And I'll tell you right now, it's kind of like cleaning your mirror. How often do you clean your mirror? Depending on how big the mirror is. I mean,
right.
I've had my obsession 10 years. I've cleaned it maybe 4 times.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overdo it. So I would tell you, never clean it until you start seeing there's a problem.
Seeing problems.
That's what I would tell you. But I think you guys would agree with that. But don't take it apart. Unless you have an extra mount just sitting around, you want to learn how it works, and you're okay if you have some extra parts and it ends up broken. But listen, I was like that when I was a computer geek. I would take apart everything and I would get everything to work, and the next thing I know, I got like 2 handfuls of screws that I didn't use.
Yeah, it's like, how did I end up with this extra stuff?
I don't know where it went, but it works.
Yeah.
So, but
So yeah, it really. So to Dan's point, clean it when if and when you start really noticing, slight incorrections or problems and stuff like that. If it's tracking well, if it's guiding well, if you're getting, if you're getting good round stars and you're pleased with your images, don't mess with it until you absolutely need to. And if you're not comfortable in doing it, take it to a professional.
Yep.
And then let them do it.
Even me. I mean, I'm pretty good with telescopes and kind of fixing things, and I've gotten a lot better working at Camera Concepts. But there are even some things that I won't even touch. I won't even touch certain things. I'm Tyler makes fun of me all the time. I won't touch a refractor collimation. I won't do it because I don't have the tools. I don't have the laser sights. I don't got the return beam. I don't have a workbench. I don't have any of that stuff. So I would rather just send it back to wherever I got it from before the warranty is over. I just say, hey, needs a little brush up. Go
Yep.
ahead, take it, and I'll be going. You know, I just
There you
won't
go.
do it. Collimation on anything else, simple. Schmitz, big Schmitz, small Schmitz, Newts, Dobbs, whatever, no problem. But
Okay, whatever, Mr. Whatever.
no, not Richie's.
Thank you.
Not Richie's.
RCs,
Won't touch them.
CDKs.
Won't touch them. And I won't touch that damn Vixen, that 200L. What a nightmare. I did that. Oh my God. I had to read a physics notebook to kind of do that. It was like, it's almost as bad as a CDK
Yeah,
and a Richie.
and Richie.
Yeah.
But who knows? Some of these guys, when you have the time to spend learning how to use it, how to collimate a CDK or a Richie, and then you get better at it, then you'll be fine. But it can be tough. I mean, you can even ask Mark.
Mark already said something about what's wrong with RCs.
What's wrong with RCs?
There's nothing wrong with RCs.
Wrong with
There's
it.
nothing
It's
wrong with them.
It's just collimating it.
It's just
That's
a
all.
little bit. It's a little bit. Well, let me just say, every telescope, every model telescope has their challenges. Whether that be collimation of a Dob or secondary centering in your focus line, all this kind of things. Richies are notoriously get a bad rap for being really difficult to collimate, and to some people it comes easy. To most people, it doesn't. And it's not as easy as you think, but just like with anything else, with practice and constant usage, people learn by necessity. And those owners of RCs know how to do this like that.
Yeah.
Just like most of us could, collimate a Dobsonian in 5 seconds. You know what I mean? Or less.
I can collimate my Schmidt, in no time. It'll take me like less than 5 minutes.
Yep.
To collimate my
So
Schmidt.
as a matter of fact, I got a 16-inch Schmidt. I got to clean and collimate tomorrow.
You have fun with that. You've got the laser collimator though.
Yeah. But
so,
you know what? I don't care because I'm gonna take it home and I'm gonna put it on the EQ8R and take a picture, and I'm gonna do a star test collimation. You know what I mean? Because that's gonna be the easiest way to do it. To be honest with you,
you're gonna put a 16-inch Schmidt on your pier.
Yeah.
You got help
on the 8R.
I'll get help. Trust me. I'm not gonna throw it up there myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No,
that's a lot of scope.
I got people next door
all by yourself.
They'll help me. I'm not doing it myself. No, that thing I can't even lift that thing up myself. That thing is heavy.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, but it was also donated to my club, AOS. It was donated by a person. His name is Bill Bogardus, who is actually the treasurer and vice president of the Astronomical League, and he was also the officiant at my wedding, and one of the smartest guys I ever knew. So I went out, and it was on a pier on a CGEM Pro mount, and I looked at the mirror, and the mirror was just like it was dirty. I mean, I can't believe they were doing anything with this. It was bad. It hasn't been touched in 15 years. It looks like. So I told them I'd bring it to the store and we'll get it shaped up if we can, because right now I'm starting to see spider fungus on the mirror.
On the mirror.
Yeah. So, and I think the corrector's pretty close to being gone because all the dirt and spots that I'm seeing are on the back side. So, because I actually took a little piece of alcohol that I had with a little peck pad, and I just made a little line on the front of the corrector to kind of see what was behind it. None of the dirt moved. It's all on the back. All on the back.
I think that the people at Farpoint, I think they do recoding. They do mirror recoding.
They do.
Yeah.
But you know what? At
Yeah.
this point, the scope is original Celestron Orange Tube 16.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so it's vintage, and it's at the point where you know what, now you got to say maybe you cut your losses and
Hmm.
get you know, an 11 edge or something
Yeah.
like that, and throw that up on there and just be done with it, because it's going
Yeah.
to cost too much to coat a 16-inch mirror, find and then get a corrector to match,
Yeah.
Hmm.
because all those are matched. You can't just refigure a mirror and just throw it
No,
in
yeah,
there.
no, I
It's going
understand
to be a
that.
mess. But
Yeah.
you know, so that's something that maybe, depending on how bad it really is, maybe it's just some schmutz on the back. But I'm telling you, there's some coating issues with it at this point.
Yeah, Papa Bear, I don't think you need a 2-inch filter for that 294.
You
I think
don't.
the inch and a
No.
Oh,
quarter would be
an inch
more
and a
than
quarter,
enough.
an inch and a quarter will be just fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the I have the 294. I have both of them, the mono and the color.
I got the
Yeah,
color as well.
I personally used 2-inch, but when I first started out, I used 1 1/4, and still it worked. It's just fine. You don't worry about
Yeah.
vignetting or anything like that. So nope, it's totally fine.
I just have the 2-inch right now in front. I have the filter slider.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong, the 2-inch will work. It's just overkill.
it's overkill. Yeah,
Mark
I
said
mean,
send
heck.
it to Celestron.
I don't know if you guys can see mine right here, but
Yep.
this is, with my Edge, it's, this is running the 294 mono back here, and
Yeah.
it's got 2-inch filter. It's got a 2-inch filter wheel. Is it overkill?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I could, get away with, using this little guy,
Yeah.
this filter wheel, and this is the
Was that
one
a
and a
5
quarter.
position?
Yeah, this is just a 5.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
when I first started out with my one shot color. I was just using this for like the triad and the
Yeah.
Bader,
Right.
moon and
Yep.
glow. I just used it for that. But yeah, that's just a 5 position.
By the way, did you guys see the video that Nielsen put out on the L Pro? He did a M31
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
processed it through.
Yep.
Man,
Mhm.
that L Pro, that's a nice filter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a nice filter.
For
It's a nice
doing
filter.
broadband targets. Yeah, light
Hmm.
pollution. Wow,
Uh,
it's every bit as good as the Bader. It might even be better.
Mark said he has a gripe with the Ascar 600s. I said,
Oh, the full frame reducer.
nothing, but you need to get in line with the people that have gripes with the Ascar 600s. You got to get in line with that. So I get you with the 0.7 reducer, but there's a lot more issues with that 600 than just that reducer. Trust me.
Yeah,
There is chromatic aberration all over the place with certain, it's hit or miss. That's another scope. That's a roll the dice thing.
Hmm.
Some people have had no problems with it. A lot of people had a lot of chromatic aberration issues with that scope.
Yeah.
That's, again, not to say anything about the 400, because the 400 was outstanding. It was awesome. But
Yeah. It's just that particular scope, man. It's
yeah, you know what? I really think that they were trying to ride on the coattails of the 4. They came out with it too quick. They didn't go through the proper QA, and they got what they got. I just can't wait to see the new, the new CDKs
hmm
that are coming out. I can't wait to see those. See, Mark said his
Yeah.
600 is great,
yeah,
but he's got gripes with it. Mark, you killing
yeah.
me.
He's saying he likes the Chroma better than the L Pro.
The Chrome is also a couple $100 more than the L Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the L
So,
Pro is what, 200?
yeah,
Yeah, it's like
199. 199.
yeah, like yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, did you see the Facebook post that Doc put out on the
Yeah.
Antlias?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, no, he didn't get any haloing at all.
Yeah. That's what happens when you image from his skies and not ours.
Yeah,
So
But he was impressed with them. That's
no, they're good. They're good filters. They're
yeah,
really good. I love them.
awesome.
I love them.
Yeah.
And wait, no, those weren't the Antlias.
Yeah, no, no, that's right.
No,
He was
no,
you
no, no,
that's
no,
right.
no,
They
no,
weren't
no.
the antler.
Those were the Optolong 3 nanometers.
They were the Optolongs. They were
Yeah,
the
Okay.
Optolongs.
those are the Optolongs. Yeah.
I was asking him about the Antlias. Sorry, I got my wires
No, yeah,
crossed there.
I spoke with him Sunday afternoon. I was like, you know what? I was almost feeling kind of charitable to you, Ron, and I hope he's watching. And I was like, I was actually considering sending you my Aunt Leah's so you could test them against the Optolongs.
Hmm.
'Cause I knew he
Yeah.
had them. And then I said, you know what, Ron? I'm not sending them to you. I can't go. I can't do it. I can't do it. But you know, I can't wait to see the full blown review on those 3 nanometers and what the price is going to be because I'm curious on that because they haven't come out with a price point on it as far as I know yet.
Right.
I know Jeff is ordering them already. Um, so I think that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. They got to be over 200 a piece.
I'm sure they will be.
They got to be. I would say closer to 350.
They've got to be. They've got to be. You know, it's just
I would say maybe they sell the 3 of them for $9.99 if they,
Yeah.
you know, something like that, depending on what glass and what coatings they use for these. So
Yeah.
I mean, you know how that
Yeah.
goes.
Yes.
So
Yep.
you know, $9.99 to $12.99. You got to undercut the Anlias. Anlias were for the 2 inch
Yeah.
was $13.30.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was like $420 a piece, whatever it was.
Right. Yeah. The 36 millimeter the two of them were 330, and I think the O2 was 360.
Yeah.
So 960.
Which is annoying because just like Mark, I have the same problem with the O3 with the halos with the brighter stars. I also have that problem as well. So I'm with you on that one, Mark. But you know
Mhm.
what? With most of the software rendering that we could do now, I mean, it's not as bad. I
Yeah.
mean, I was getting haloing with the 7 nanometer HA with Optolong,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I don't have it
Yeah.
with.
Sean was he had a video on removing the haloing or
Yep.
reducing, not maybe
Reducing.
removing it, but reducing
Yeah.
it. And pretty good video actually.
He's got a ton of great videos. He does a great
Yeah.
job.
I will say this. Talking about Halo, the NBZ,
Yep.
nothing. It's awesome.
And that's the duo, right?
Yeah, that's the duo.
Yeah.
One shot color. It is awesome. I mean, I'm using it. I've used it right now. I haven't processed them yet. But I used it on the horse head because I remember I talked to you about that.
Yep.
And I was taking 182nd image, with the F2 with the Rasa, nothing. All intact just it looked like a tiny little thing.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
I can't wait to try the H alpha
Mhm.
on the tack when it's up a little higher for me. It's still
Yeah.
too it's still too late in the day for me. You know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. It comes over the house, but
Mark, you having what, the 3 nanometer Pro, or is it a 3.5 that you having halos?
No, he's got the
no,
pros.
he's right.
He's got the
right.
threes.
Yep, I have
got
the
the
same
threes?
problem. Yep. I have the same problem
Okay.
with the O3. We actually looked at
Really?
it with who is it? Oh God, I can't forget the guy from the UAE. I forgot his name. I can't believe it.
Oh, Tarek?
Tarek. Yeah, we were looking at it, and I was like, yeah, I don't got halos, and then I showed it on the show, and sure enough, Tarek says you got halos, and I zoomed in. I was like, yeah, you're right, and yeah, I got halos on the O3.
Yeah, because I got halos on with the L enhance. I did have halos. I think even with the L I don't think I did it with the L Extreme, but I did get them with the L enhance.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. But it's just
But yeah,
like
but the NBZ, I know I've had no problem. I had no problems with it at all.
that's
It's
awesome.
really nice.
And
It
what
is
does
really
that run
nice.
about?
This was around 200,
Okay.
maybe a little bit more,
That's not
225,
bad.
something like that. No, it's not bad. So no, I'm very pleased with it right now. So it's a great filter.
If I can pull
But
up this.
I just need to keep remembering. I need more. I need to take. I need more time.
You need more data,
God,
bro.
I need more data. I got to
Yeah.
keep learning. That's one of my biggest lessons. I'm so impatient. And, that's probably one of the reasons why I got the Rasa, because patience isn't one of my virtue. It's not a virtue of mine. But this does teach you that you have to have patience
Yeah,
for
I'll
sure.
be
You've
even
got to be
okay
patient.
with I'll shoot 20, 25 hours if I can.
Hmm.
But it's like it's amazing kind of what you could get when all of a sudden your image when you stack it and
Hmm.
your noise reduction is so little because of all of the signal that you have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I
Yeah,
bet.
Papa, you think 575 is bad? Look at the cost on the chromas. Look at
Oh yeah.
the Astrodons.
The
The 2-inch
Gastrodons. Good
Astrodons
lord.
are 1,200 each.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to pull up.
If you can even find them.
Did I tell you I found the Jar Jar pick?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah, you
did.
showed that to us the other
I did.
week,
Okay,
Yeah,
last
okay.
week.
yeah, yeah,
I
Yeah,
yeah.
wasn't sure if I told
Actually,
you that.
I stand correct. The NBZ is 300, not 225. It's
That's
300.
okay. It's
Just
still a
FYI.
decent price.
Still a recent price. Yeah, still a fair price.
yeah, 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 exactly. Chromas are 1,250. Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Man, it's just. I know we talk about the importance of glass, and it is true. The glass is very important. But man,
coatings.
1250
Yeah,
for one filter. Oh my
yeah.
goodness,
That's a little much for me.
that's a bit much for me, because right there, that's a GT71 with a reducer.
Remember that as much as you could afford without getting divorced. That's above that line. I would be,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh man, the quad bed ultra, man, it's about that same price, if not more. It's
They're 10
nuts.
75. They're just shy of 1,100. I own
Wow.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I got a 2-inch quad band. Haven't had a chance
They're
to use it yet, but
it's there.
it's there. It'll
once you
be
get to
there for the one-shot color of the Rasa
once you get
or
once you
the
get to Florida, man, yeah,
Hyperstar.
Cyberstar.
Yeah,
Once you get there, man, once you get to Florida, you'll be good. You'll
yeah.
be you'll be you'll,
I just,
you'll be imaging like a madman.
I
I'm
know
telling you.
my world is up in the air right now. I just everything is driving both me and my wife nuts. You know,
I mean,
but
making a move
we'll
like
just.
this, yeah, it's always
I know.
making a move like this with the family. Of course, it's gonna drive you
Yep.
nuts. Absolutely.
So I got the first run through of the wizard. I didn't show this to you yet. This obviously needs about 8 or 9 more hours worth of data, maybe 10, to get more
Hmm.
signal. I kind of squashed the noise reduction a little bit. If you but let's take a look real quick. This is what I got so far for the Wizard Nebula. And hold on, I lost Eric. There we go.
No, I'm fine. I'm here.
No, you're here, but for some reason it clicks off my headset. But
Gotcha.
this is about 9.25 hours worth of data.
And how long and how much more are you gonna go for? Just out of
Probably
curiosity.
double.
Probably double that. Okay.
Probably double that. But I want to get close to 20.
Okay.
Because in the dark areas, you can't really see it on screen, but in the dark areas, they're really squashed as far as the noise reduction is concerned.
Okay.
I
How
need
many
more.
hours is that?
This is about 9.12 or something. But
Why? I don't see it. Why don't I see it?
what?
Have you
The
processed
image.
that much?
Very little. Why?
I'm just curious. It looks really good.
Well, yeah, you can't see, you can't pixel peep it, but let's see if I kind of
No.
go in a little bit. If I could
There we go.
zoom in a little bit. If you take a look over,
No,
like in the
that's nice.
darker areas, you can see the black splotches here. I don't know
Yeah,
if you can see it on
there's
the
a bit of
screen.
delay on my end here.
That's
There
okay,
you
I'll
go.
wait. But
Yeah, there you go.
but
Now
you can
you're zooming
start
in.
seeing the black splotches here,
Hmm.
all in the dark areas. I think I need to be a little bit more. I spoke to Ron Breacher a little bit on it, and he said I wasn't aggressive enough in the noise
Yeah.
reduction. Um, but and that he's probably, he's a doc. He's probably right. um, but what I did with this, and I thought was cool, I was playing around with StarNet. What I
Yeah.
did was I took out all the stars, and then I just processed the nebula, and then dumped the stars back in. I made two different pictures and put them all together with Pixelmath.
Did you apply DBE to this?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now this, okay, so I guess what you're looking at is what I saw. The right side of the picture is a lot brighter than the left side of the picture.
Hmm.
And the reason being is that all of this is nebula.
Yeah.
All that's nebula.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
little splotch down here too. But all that's nebula. But again, this is about 9 hours. I got a little bit more work to do.
Hmm.
I want to squash this noise that I have over here. You can see all that noise there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll all disappear with signal. More data.
I like the way
Yeah.
I was impressed with the way Sean did his. I think it was his DBE way he did that. He selected just the outer edge of the picture,
Yes.
for his sample,
Yeah, he has a
and then
nice little
pulled it.
process on that.
Yeah, that process was pretty straightforward and
I have to
very
take a look
easy
at
to
it again.
follow.
Yeah, but you got to remember, and Sean will definitely back me on this. Each picture, that's not going to work for every
Oh,
picture.
yeah,
Like in this picture, like in the wizard that I was just showing you. If I was just going to do the outside of this,
yeah.
all
You
this
could run into
nebula
a
would be
problem on the
canceled
right hand
out.
side.
All this
Yeah,
nebula would be canceled out, and it would just not
yeah,
work.
yeah.
So I had to do a lot of, and I don't know if I could show it. Maybe I could show it. Um,
Yeah, he did focus on the Galaxy. That he was using that in the Galaxy in the M31.
so let me see if I could show you this real quick. That and Explorer and dynamic. Okay, so in order to get this kind of, in order to get this working, the thing that I needed to do is I needed to get, if you take a look at where all my samples are, all my
Yeah,
samples are on the left side.
yeah,
And what I'm
yep. I see
using
that.
is the horizontal and diagonal,
Yep,
what do they call it? The symmetries, to get the
yep.
values in the neutral or close to neutral background into the areas
Sure.
that have nebula in them. So the value over here, actually, like this one, you can see a little bit better. The value over here is being used over in this area. The value in this top left-hand corner is being used to neutralize the bottom right-hand corner because I used the diagonal symmetry.
Yeah,
So that's that's something I picked up from Adam Block. And, using symmetries in this way to get values when you have dark neutral background on one side, but you don't on the other. And you want to get those values over there to get the most neutral background you can. But
right.
that's how DBE was applied to that photo.
Nice.
So I wasn't planning on going there, but that's where we went. So
Yeah.
Different ways to use DBE.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to. I'm gonna have to hop on Adam's. I listen to Adam as well. I've got to hop onto his
Yep.
there and take a look at that on how to use those diagonals.
Yeah. I mean, if I know you're a fundamentals member,
Yeah, I am. I
um,
am.
and if you just go in there and look at the DB versus ABE,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's like the third or fourth video that he has up there. That's where he goes over all of the symmetries. And
Yeah.
there's even one that I didn't show you. It's called an axial symmetry,
Okay.
where you could do like if you have some vignetting left over after your flats,
Mm-hmm.
you could do a circular symmetry. So let's say you got the circle. Let's say the bottom of my thumbs is the
Mm-hmm.
most neutral background. I want to use this value all around this object. And I'm going to do
Right.
that. And I can make this circle around and use that value for that. It's actually pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you got diagonal, horizontal, vertical, and axial, which is round.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the comments. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Papa, Tom was getting complaints from an imager in Florida who said it's cloudy 75% of the time at his place. Well, yeah, I would probably complain too, but I would also say if it's 75% of the time, you may want to go to the optometrist. It might be cataracts. But 75% of the time is a lot to be cloudy. That means you get to image what 60 days out of the year, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. No, 70 would be
Yeah.
280.
Yeah.
80 would be 320. So 85%. Actually, that's probably about like New York. That's probably like New York. We got about on Long Island maybe like 130 days a year, maybe if you're lucky.
Maybe.
That's if you include clear moon, full moon nights. you know.
Oh, excuse me.
Thank you, Mark. There's a bit of noise. It's tough to pick up on YouTube, but there is a bit of noise on there. Thank you, Robert, for the comment. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
prefer Masters of Pix Insight videos to Adam Block because he goes too deep into the rabbit hole on the technical details. He does.
Yeah,
He
that's
does.
just the way he is.
But
Yeah,
that's
it's just the way. But
Yeah,
he wants
man.
you to understand not just how to do it, but really he wants you to get you really in there on understanding why.
yeah.
He wants you to really understand the why. Which I appreciate that. But yeah, he that's one of the reasons
He
why
does a great
he's
job.
one of the masters. He's
Yeah,
a great.
he does a great job. And he's also a Pix Insight ambassador as well,
He
as
is.
well as the rest of Masters of Pix Insight. So I mean, they're
It is different styles of
yeah.
learning and different
Thank
types
you.
of
That's what I
teaching.
was looking
So
for. It's just a different style. And
yeah.
for those of you who think you know everything about Pix Insight, you need to go to Adam and watch his videos because he will teach you something new. I don't profess to know an minutia amount of Pix Insight. Very little. I use like 6 things, and that's it. But there's this guy knows. I mean, all of them. Masters of Pix Insight, Adam Block, Sean Nielsen, all of them. They are just outstanding. They all have their different styles. From Ron to Warren to Adam to Sean to whoever else is out there that's doing videos on Queeve, Queeve or Quiv. I don't know. That's for under debate, but they're really good. They're really good.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah.
question, Eric, from Robert.
Okay, at one point a while back, you were using the 294 MC Pro and combining it with luminance of the 294 MM Pro. I'm wondering if you've refined the techniques. It's a work in progress. I haven't done it as much, but I have learned quite a bit. With combining, the luminance of the 294 mono with the one shot color. one key thing that that I should have known in the first place was binning.
Yeah.
I should, because I was having trouble, with the resolutions of getting things matched up within PixInsight and within AstroPixel Processor. But I did get it. But it does work once I was binning 2x2 on the mono. And let me see if I may have one or two of my images that have actually used that technique. Let me just go here, and I believe one of them was the horse head, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Yeah. So
yeah, the imaging that he's doing with color, with the one-shot color cameras, he's basically, you don't have to shoot as much because you're just getting color,
exactly.
on those. So most of your imaging time is going to be done with the mono anyway,
Yeah.
Correct.
So
for your luminance.
yeah. So this was with the 294 mono and the one-shot color, and using the and I was doing two things. I used the 294 mono. I was actually pulling out HA, using HA for my luminance with the mono, and combining that with the one-shot color of the a straight one-shot color using a UV IR cut on this guy, and it was pretty well controlled. It wasn't too, this one wasn't too bad. This was one of my first experiments of using it. So,
Hey, that looks great,
Yeah,
man.
look at
That looks
yeah,
good.
Tech.
Yeah.
It's just blaring.
yeah, it is, man.
It's such a bright star.
Dude, I'm gonna take a
It
shot
is
of that, and
rough,
I'm
really
gonna
tight. Sorry.
clone stamp that bastard. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
It is such a bright
Where'd
star, but
Almatak go? I turned it off.
I turned it off. So yeah,
That looks great, though. That looks good.
thanks, bud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah, that's a beautiful star. It really is. God, it's a
It
big,
really
beautiful
is.
star.
Yeah, Mark's asking me about
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a
Merging different
really
size images.
yeah and I emailed him. I said something back. I said that's a larger discussion. I mean that's
Yeah.
not that's there's a lot to do with that. But if you want, just give me a call later. We'll go not later, but tomorrow. But let's see. Good thing about a question for Eric. Summer was hell. I'll wait for the 10 micron. Tom's watching Masters of PixInsight also. Apparently this winter is supposed to be very dry, which is good for us. We shall see.
Yeah, it depends on where you are, but hopefully, for me, being up where I'm at, sometimes it's good or bad. I'm, when I was living in Chicago, forget about it, because especially living off the lake.
I am
Living off Lake
fully
Michigan.
prepared mentally to get slammed with snow this year. I mean, it's been 2 years in a row. We've had very mild winters, like nothing. Like it wasn't even that bad. Like we got one snowstorm and that was it. And I'm expecting to get like 40 inches of snow.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be crazy, but we'll see.
But Astro, 2 point. Yeah, you're in the desert, man. So it's always going to be dry.
So now, we haven't said this in a while. I don't think we like AZ Astro now because
he's another one. He's another one. Just like Mark and just like Jason.
I miss Jason.
Yeah.
So
he's busting his butt, man.
I know he's going to Vegas now. I mean, jeez. God bless him. At least he's working. There are a lot of people out there.
Got to feed those babies.
Yeah. We got to have our closer back, though. I want my closer back.
Yeah, a little cutie, a little button.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Mark Ellis clued me in on something that was on Cloudy Nights. For those of you that are giving consideration to the rainbow mount, he showed here. I'll show you. It's right here. I got it pulled up. Right here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Chris Woodhouse. I've watched several of his videos. He's a really kind of cool guy. You know, he's very
fellow.
soft spoken. I
He's a
think he's got a
fellow.
little bit of an English accent. But he's a brilliant astrophotographer, and he has, I believe, a 135, a 135E. I don't know if he's got the 300. He might have the 300 by now, but he put this together, um, you know, as a supplementary to the one that comes with the Rainbow, and it's done well. It's
What, the
done really well.
Coca-Cola can?
Yeah, well, yeah. But he goes into, you know, specifics on setups and this and that, and he really, you know, it's fairly, I wouldn't say it's completely exhaustive, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. And so I've got the link to this, and I can give it to Dan. He can put it up in the
Sure.
put it up in the AstroWorld page there, and for anybody that is interested, you can download that. And
Yeah, we can put it up there.
I've been through it a few times. It's really, really very helpful. Actually, Woodhouse was one of the ones that pointed me to the problem that I was having with the home position and the
the
home position
park
and
position.
the park,
Yeah.
the park position and the home position, and that they weren't necessarily
The same thing.
The same.
Me and you were
Yeah.
busted. We were slamming our head against the wall for a couple
we were
of
banging
days.
our heads trying to figure that one out.
Oh, well, hey, you know
Yeah.
what? There's something that's to be said for all that stuff. So
Yeah, but yeah, Woodhouse does a really good job. He really does. So I'll make
Hey,
sure
Astro,
Dan
you
gets
want to
that.
sell me a couple
that
of those
link.
acres?
I just bought 42 acres in a
You want to
portable
sell me?
area.
You want to sell me a
I just
few of
need-
those?
I just need one. I just need one. I don't need.
You know,
I
just
don't need
you know,
42.
yeah. I don't need 42 or anything like that.
Just need
Maybe
one.
just to your point, just one.
One and an internet connection.
Yeah.
Maybe some power. You know.
You know, power, internet, some water. You know,
Telling you.
that'll be all good.
But anyway, just we're coming up on almost 10:40. Just to talk a little bit about upcoming guests and things going on with AstroWorld. So still coming up is going to be the creator of APT is going to be on with us as a guest speaker. We have Warren Keller coming up in less than a month now, November 17th, as our next guest. And then Amy Astro is going to be with us on December 17th. And then we're going to have sometime first quarter 2022, we'll have Filippo, Omar, and Tom from Prima Luce to come on and hang out with us. Maybe a recorded, maybe a live, depends on what we could put together. So that's going to be interesting. That's what we got as far as guests are concerned. Pete Myers will be back. He finally got he got a new motherboard for his
Mother
laptop.
trucker.
Apparently, his motherboard took a dump, and he had to order a new one. So he got it. It's there. He's putting it together. So hopefully next week he'll be back on Friday nights, which would be great to have him. And Tegan, I don't know where he's been, but he's been working. He's been going crazy.
I talked to Tegan a couple days ago, and yeah, he is literally busting his hump from about 6 p.m. to about 2 in the morning with video production for High Point.
Oh my God!
And it's not that he doesn't want to be here. It's just he's literally crushed with work.
Good. Well,
oh yeah,
that's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, so many people are out there calling in sick and not showing up to work, and I'm just glad that some people are still working, like us. You know.
Hey, got to make the donuts.
AZ Astro said, you know, they're not willing to sell, but you could use it anytime. So
yeah.
Hey, either way, I'm all good. I'm all good.
What else?
Thank you.
So Simon, I spoke to Simon today regarding the website, and we're getting
Yes.
together tomorrow
Okay.
to start the recreation of the AstroWorld site. So it's good to have him on
Very
board
cool.
doing that since he can't. Not that he can't. It's just tough with the time zone for him to contribute. At least he can contribute in his own way, on his
Yeah.
own time, which is and it's something that he knows and knows well. So that's going to be pretty awesome.
Nice.
So look for some new stuff going on the website. That's going to be pretty cool. We're going to have a calendar up there. We'll have the store up there. We'll have reviews up there. We'll have a whole bunch of stuff going on. It's just a matter of building it all. So give us time. Also, we have giveaways that are going to be going on the website, and of course, well, I can't get to them right now. All the way in the back, but we have a couple of things. It looks like we got two planetary cameras from
Tyler.
Player One, the Mars and the Neptune.
Yep.
Those two. Tyler was happy enough to kind of donate them to the club,
Cool.
and we're gonna be doing we'll do one giveaway and one raffle. So one's gonna be given away. All you have to do when we get it up is go on the website, enter your email, and enter for the giveaway. And then for the raffle, it'll be a $1 raffle. Buy as many as you want, and raffle it off. And then whatever the profit is on that will go to buy another raffle prize.
Nice.
So we'll roll it in to
Nice.
everything. So that's gonna be good. Um, the red bubble stuff that I spoke about, shirts, whatever, tchotchkes, stuff like that. It's all going to be on there. Just remember when you do, if and or when you do purchase anything on there, 5% goes towards a local astronomy club somewhere in the world, which will be announced every quarter. So feel free to take a look at all that stuff when it comes on the website.
Is it on
It's not on this website
Redbubble
yet.
right now?
It's on
No, it's on
Redbubble.
Redbubble
Yeah,
yet?
it is on Redbubble. You do AstroWorld and it's there.
Because I was doing AstroWorld, it's coming up with different stuff, so I was just kind
Try
of
AstroWorld TV, maybe.
There's one. Yep. Yeah, I see the baseball cap.
You got it. There you go. Yeah, but if you go
Yeah, you got
on
the baseball
the
cap.
baseball cap is there. I don't know why it only shows the baseball cap, but if you go under the left side, there's everything. You go into T-shirts, all of a sudden all the T-shirts pop up. I don't know why it goes to
Gotcha.
baseball hat first with only one thing on there. I haven't figured that out yet.
Right. Yeah,
But-
yeah. So if you scroll down, you'll be able to see. I see the T-shirt stickers.
Yeah, this whole thing.
Yeah, the
But-
other stuff. So
Yeah,
sweet.
feel free to go on there. That's up. And Mark wants a coffee cup. So actually, since Eric, you're already on the site, can you just copy and paste the link to these guys in the chat box?
There you go.
Absolutely.
That'd be great because it's not on the website right now. So
There you go,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Getting investors, AZ, to maybe put something together on that land for star parties. Build some structures. Build a couple of domes. Get some places where people can hang out and have hot chocolate and sit around a fire. That kind of stuff. That's gold.
no
That's gold.
fires
Yeah.
in astronomy. What's wrong with you?
Inside.
Oh, okay.
Not outside. Inside.
Like shining red lasers and stuff. I like it. But that's all the updates I have. It's going to be interesting over the next couple days to see what Simon and I come up with. And
Okay.
it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I like doing this stuff. I was
Yeah.
thinking about doing a bunch of concrete slabs. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
the link isn't there, Eric. I didn't see the link, and
Yeah, it didn't pop up.
It didn't pop up. I put it in the chat.
no, it didn't
No,
pop up.
it's not there. Try again.
Where did you send the link to? Yeah, I was like, I just did it again. All right, I just did it again. I did it twice now.
And it's still not there.
Okay, that's really weird. It's not coming up.
That's really weird. It's not coming up.
See if
I mean,
can log in.
it's showing up.
doesn't like
You know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not showing up there. That's weird. I mean, I could see the link, you know, in my chat, but if it's not showing up for anybody else, that's weird. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Anyway.
See if Dan can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess not. YouTube's not feeling me right now.
Copy this.
Yeah, but if you go to just go to redbubble.com and just
There you
type
go.
in the search,
That's
it's
it.
AstroWorld TV, as far as just one word, it'll
Yeah, I
come-
just
should
set it
come
up. There you go. There's the
Okay.
thing, and if you go in there, just look around a little bit because it's not only the hat.
Yeah.
You got to go into if you go into clothing and then you go into classic T-shirt, it comes up with all the T-shirts.
Yep.
Because of them all, T-shirts, coffee cups, iPhone covers, whatever else you want.
Nice.
So,
Yep. Yes, it does.
so support your local
Nice.
AstroWorld. There you go. I gotta get one of those caps. I like those caps.
Yeah.
Black caps.
Yeah, I've got to do that too.
Anyway, so final thoughts. 10:45. Mr. Eric.
Nope. I've been up, so I'm kind of exhausted. So I've been yawning here. So I'm gonna get some Z's. No, just remember, even if you think you have enough data, you don't have enough data.
You know what? And
You
and
know?
just to tag on to that, just beware of the law of diminishing returns. Sometimes
Yeah.
too much is too much. And
It is. It can't be.
there is that fine line, and it does come down to your eye and what you like and what you say is enough. So just keep that in mind.
Yep. Yeah. True.
And
Yep.
no, AZ, we don't have any leggings. Sorry. Although I will bring that up to Redbubble to see why they don't have any. I think we should have them, the little AstroWorld logo on the kneecap.
There you go. And hand
Or
warmers.
just some fun
Hand
socks.
warmers. Hand warmers should have. Yes, absolutely.
Just fun socks, Astro World fun socks.
AZ, I can't really put that comment up there. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Mr. Scott.
Yeah, don't. I mean, when it comes to equipment, you can go broke, trying to get the latest and greatest and this and that. Spend money on things that are going to future proof you, out 10, 15 years. Glass. You buy glass once. You really do. You get the best quality glass you can get. You don't ever have to buy it again unless you do something stupid.
Yep.
He doesn't see
Drop
coffee
it,
cups.
break it, scratch it. Don't do that. I mean, you go through cameras, once every 3-4 years. Glass will last you 30.
Yep.
Put the future-proof your stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
That's it.
we
You are
keep on-
correct there, sir.
We keep on saying it. Buy ones, cry ones, man.
Buy ones.
And
Yeah.
we're not in it for the money. We're just in it to save you money. So
Yep.
if you're into this hobby, and I've said it twice tonight, I'm sure if not 3 times. If you know you're gonna be in this hobby, and just don't buy incrementally cheap crap because you're gonna end up spending more money than you would have if you had just bought the good thing to
Yeah.
begin with. And
Yep.
You work yourself right out of the hobby.
right out of a
Yep.
house. But
Yep,
but
absolutely.
that being said,
All right, guys.
coming up on 10:50. Nice show
Yeah.
tonight, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for the comments, and we had well over 100 comments tonight. We had up to about 20 viewers tonight, so that was really nice to see. So
Yeah.
we appreciate the support. The support is
Yeah.
awesome. Keep on bringing it, and we'll keep on sending it out. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night. Let me see if I can get on this thing. Really, there you go. And don't forget, if you want to get in touch with any of the guys, get in touch with them by email. First name at astroworldweb.com, and they'll get back to you. So,
Yep.
that being said, have a good night, everybody. And as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Friday night. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
See you
For
guys.
now.
Night.